Hi, this is Drew with Daniels Ag Services with your morning report. Grain markets finished up mixed yesterday. You had corn and wheat trading lower while beans finished the day higher. They've been mixed so far this morning. Got export sales released this morning. Corn came in much higher than expected. Beans were at the very high end of expectations, and then wheat came in within expectations. Not seeing a whole lot of change though in the markets right now. Very little movement. Wheat is the biggest mover so far, and it's down 1.25 cents before we get to the reopen here. So not a whole lot of movement out there. Now that's not true for the outside markets. The ECB came out and announced that they were cutting interest rates, and that really supported the U.S. dollar. It's brought crude down a little bit, but it's got gold down a decent amount as well. So, and then the euro is really down. It's down around 2 points on the day, so it's taken a big hit. But the big thing for the grain markets, of course, is tomorrow's WASDE report. So let's take a quick second to go over some expectations here. All right, we'll grab our whiteboard. All right, so for yield, the average yield estimate came in at 158.933, and that's compared to September's estimate from the USDA at 155.3. The average soybean estimate came in at 42.407, and that is higher than the September USDA estimate of 41.2. Now you'll notice these numbers, and as well as production, are a lot lower than what we saw a lot of the private analysts forecast. So that was interesting to see. So we'll see how that matches versus the USDA. Production, 14.003 billion bushels is the average trade guess versus 13.843 in September from the USDA. And you got 3.221 as the average trade guess for bean production versus 3.149 from September from the USDA. Now this is U.S. ending stocks. Estimate for corn is 2.029 billion bushels. As you can see, it's an increase from September of 1.855. And then we've got beans at 172 million bushels. That's a 22 million bushel increase from the USDA in September. And then the lone decrease we've got actually is wheat ending stocks came in at 519 million versus 561 in September. So that basically covers the rounds. If you want global ending stock estimates, go over to grainanalyst.com, log into the daily report. You can find that info there. So moving forward today, we could see some short covering rally the markets here. Like I said, not a whole lot of movement so far this morning, though. We'll see if the news somehow trickles down into the grain markets about the ECB cutting interest rates. The main thing that would pressure that is just mainly the higher dollar could pressure the market since it is up so much on the day. But that's news has been out. The grain markets have traded when it's been out, like they have with the export sales and everything else, and it hadn't really affected them much. Like I said, the biggest mover before the 8:30 bell was wheat, and it was only down 1.25 cents. So not a whole lot of action out there today. Trade's waiting to see what happens tomorrow. So if you have any questions, let us know. Otherwise, have a great day.
This material is conveyed as a solicitation for entering into a derivatives transaction. This material has been prepared by a Daniels Ag Services broker who provides research, market commentary, and trade recommendations as part of his or her solicitation for accounts and solicitation for trades. Daniels Ag Services, its principals, brokers, and employees may trade in derivatives for their own accounts or for the accounts of others. Due to various factors, such as risk tolerance, margin requirements, trading objectives, short-term versus long-term strategies, technical versus fundamental market analysis, and other factors, such trading may result in the initiation or liquidation of positions that are different from or contrary to the opinions and recommendations contained therein. Past performance is not necessarily indicative of future performance. The risk of loss in trading futures contracts or commodity options can be substantial, and therefore, investors should understand the risks involved in taking leveraged positions and must assume responsibility for the risks associated with such investments and for their results. You should carefully consider whether such trading is suitable for you in light of your circumstances and financial resources. You should read the risk disclosure accessed at www.danielsagservices.com. Daniels Ag Services is not affiliated with, nor does it endorse any trading system, newsletter, or similar service. Daniels Ag Services does not guarantee or verify any performance claims made by such systems or services.